All right, we're in our next segment of Richest Man in Babylon. Today is Thursday, June 20th. I'm doing this a little different just to test it out, so we'll see how it goes. With this here, the next part is 7 remedies for a lean purse. So what happens in this segment is basically the ruler of Babylon. He states that all of his people are unhappy because only a few of them within the kingdom actually have any money. And the king is confused because they're the richest civilization really in history. So what he does is go to the main guy, I always forget his name, Arkad, A-R-K-A-D, and they ask him for advice. So he ends up teaching classes to certain people with this. And then he gives them 7 remedies. And I'm going to go over these with you guys so you can kind of know what it's about. I am going to sort of update it. The first one is fattening your purse. More or less, if you have any sort of income, you have the ability to be able to save. And that's kind of what we talked about before, that you're saving 10%. So for every 10 that you make, you put 1 away. And that's really the beginning of what he was saying is for riches, because if you have something put away, oftentimes you won't miss it, which leads you into the next portion, which is managing your expenses. So in modern day, that would be a lot of people like fast food, Starbucks, Monster energy drinks. That adds up in a hurry. If you're doing, Starbucks, $25 a week, $5 a whack times 5 days a week, that's $100 a month. That's significant when you think about it. So managing your expenditures, not going out to eat, unnecessary spending, all these are things that, if you can manage them well, will benefit you in the end. My dad said something a long time ago that I have tried my best to subscribe to. It's been more difficult the more money I've made. But it is, if you are going to buy something that's leisure, that's not necessary, that's not vital food item or a utility bill or whatever it might be, think of how many hours it takes to acquire the amount you're going to spend. So if you make $10 an hour and you're going to buy something that's $100, it takes you 10 hours. It takes more than 1 full day of work to buy that. So it might help you regulate how you spend that. So with these, that's a good one, is managing your expenditures, knowing what's necessary and what is leisure, more or less. Next one is making your gold multiply. This is more or less investing, so it can be passive investing, it can be something that works for you. They're using stuff like they rent out horses, guy pays them back for that. Nowadays you can do that, and Jim Rohn says something, I've probably said it before, have 2 bikes, one to ride and one to rent, like for a paper route. So find ways to where others can be making money for you. That's kind of what multiplying or gold multiplying is. Fourth one is manage your loss. So this one's probably the most important and the most difficult, because it's harder now to tell what's a legitimate investment in comparison to what's a ripoff. In the book, they talk about how his mentee goes out and gives money to whatever he is, a horse trainer or something, looking for jewels. So don't invest in something without doing your research. Know about the company or who you're investing or where it's going to go, long-term, short-term, return on investment, P&Ls. Know about all that stuff as much as available before you proceed. And unfortunately, if it looks too good to be true, it oftentimes is. So try to do away with your thinking of get rich quick, of this can be an overnight success, this happens in 30 days. Know that you got to be in it for the long haul. So that, in my opinion, is what helps minimize loss. The fifth one is profitable investments. And that's kind of what I was just saying before with this specifically. Know what you're investing in and how it can be a return on you. The sixth one is ensure future income. This would be more or less talking about retirement. Nowadays, that's a little difficult and less less secure, we'll say. But with that, the seventh one sort of does justice to it. So increase the ability to earn. This is multiple lines of income. If you see anyone successful, they're not banking on one specific thing in order to become financially independent. They got a bunch of stuff going on. So all these kind of go together. Have somebody else help you making money for you. Make multiple investments so you have multiple lines of income, that if one goes way down, one doesn't do well, one crashes and burns, you still aren't at a total loss. So these are the 7 remedies with this specifically. They're nothing crazy. They're nothing that you haven't heard before. They're nothing unique, because it's all takes work. So we've gone over savings, we've gone over how to pay off debt, multiple lines of income, but no, overall, the goal here, or the real lesson, is it all takes time. So know that it takes time. With that being said, like, share, subscribe, it's appreciated. I think I'm going to start doing them like this in the morning. Today just sort of got away from me, and I'll try to do it the same way tomorrow. See what we can do. Let me know what you think. I might change the angles up. But again, like, share, subscribe. Someone else might be able to benefit. I know it's basic information, but usually the simplest things create the largest results. And hearing it from somebody who's not your parent, a teacher, someone you know well, can make an impact. Until tomorrow. Tomorrow is Friday. I still got to work on Saturday, but tomorrow's Friday. Be safe tonight if you're going out and doing anything, and I will see you tomorrow.